Alright, I think we're set up. I'm going to try and video this. I don't know how good we're going to get it. I'm going to try and do the chasing cheddar bag here. And we got a little pan over here with our classifier in. So we're going to classify some of this. Wet classify, of course. And that's some sandy looking stuff there. Alright, well, let's see what we get out of it. You never know. Could be some good stuff in here. I've only got the kitchen sieve for a classifier, so don't hate on me. Don't hate on me. We'll get what we can get of little stuff, and then the rest will pan out. I'm sure we'll find some in the bigger stuff, because I can't get down to, or up to, what I would like to get up to, but looks a little dirty too. Yeah, what's it looking like here? Well, let's do a little stir here and see what we can get out of this. Do I see anything in there so far? Nope. Don't see anything in there. But this is bag number 9. So, alright, we're going to dump this in this pan. It's going to be my big stuff. Oh, I see a piece of gold in there already. So, yeah, we got to be careful. I think we're just going to pan out one of those for right now and see what we get. Alright, that's the little stuff. Here's the bigger stuff. Let's take a pan here and see what we get. Well, we got some floaters, that's for sure. We got some floaty shit. And yes, I do have dry wash in here. A lot of little quartz in there. A lot of little quartz. Some good looking stuff. We'll see what we can see here. You know, we still haven't done our pan off with kiwi. So we're going to have to get him on the line here and get him hooked up. I don't see anything right there yet. I did see a piece in here earlier. Or maybe that was the bigger stuff, or the littler stuff. No, there was a piece in here earlier. Let's see. Let's just pull that back and see what we can see. That might not have been a piece of gold. That might not have been, because I don't see anything in here. Nothing. Ah, there's one little speck up there. There's one little speck up there, I see. Wants to keep crawling away. And I'm not sure that that's a piece of gold either. Let's have a real close look at it, should we? And it is not a piece of gold. I have old eyes, so I gotta use a loupe. No, I don't see anything in there. That is not gold. That was a piece of crap. Alright, I don't see anything in there, guys. I see nada. Oh, let's take the big pan here. There we got all the little stuff. And we'll pour off some water. Oh, I see gold on the top. And I can't get that pan in there, so what we're going to have to do is get that poured into this pan. Oh my. Come on. Where are you at? What are you doing? You got a dirty pan, looks like. Dirty hands too, by the way. Let's get a squirter bottle here and just squirt this clean. Yeah, there we go. Oop, on the table, of course. I don't see too much else in there, so I'll bring this over here, see what we got. Well, I don't know. We got a lot of blonde sand in there. We do see some black stuff starting to form up. Just take a look. I don't see anything sitting up there in that corner yet, but we got a little bit of sand in here. So there's one little piece up there, I see. I see one little piece up in there. I imagine everything's going to be in the bottom of the bag, I imagine. I don't know that for a fact, but I see one little piece up there for sure. Now we're starting to get down to black stuff. A little bit more yet. That might be good enough. Let's call that good. I'll put her up here. We do have a bunch of sand in there yet. A little too much water. There's a rock. Oh yeah, there's some gold in there. Let's get rid of this sand here on the bottom. and get her to crawl up there. Oh yeah, there's some decent stuff there. And get the rest of the sand out of here. Oh, there's a good bit of gold in there. Good little bit of gold in there. Goes into my tailings water, which I get to pan out again. You wanna know why I get to pan that out again? Because I'm not good at this. I miss it all the time. I miss little gold all the time. And I go back through and I find 0.01, 0.02. Come on, crawl up there. There you go. I always miss a little. And you guys are the same as I am. You miss a little too all the time. See that one little piece right there? Just doesn't want to crawl up there. Look at that. Couple little pieces right there don't want to crawl up. You know what I usually do then, don't you? I take my tweezers and I just move them up there out of the black sand. Boy, there's some little shit in there. That is some really small stuff there. That's some really small stuff right there. Boy, that's a little piece. Man, that's a little piece there. Well, I'll show you what we got out of that pan. I don't know if you can see it real good, but you look in that upper corner up there, that's not a bad little pan for that first little piece. So we'll suck that up. Wow. I suck at sucking. Man. Yeah, most of that time, maybe just didn't have enough water in there. Oh, still got a little. Yep, still got a little in there. Might have got it that time. Yep, got her that time. Well, there's quite a little gold in there. That's quite a little gold. Happy with that. Alright, what do we got going on here? We got crap all over the place. Alright, so that's what we got on that first pan, and I made a mess on the floor. Of course, always make a mess. It doesn't matter where or how or when, we always make a mess. So I put that rag over there. Should we try another little bit of this? Let's try another little bit of it, should we? I think we got to get some cleaner water. How are we going to do it this time, I think? We're going to do it into this pan. And that way I got my little stuff in there and I don't have to clean out the bigs. I'll get some water. We'll put a little jet dry in there. Just in case. Just in case. Oh shit, so then we spill some water all over the place. God damn. You know, yeah, I know. Gary, you're an expert panner, ain't you? No, I'm not. I think we're going to take the bigs this time and put them in the little pan. Alright, this is the Jersey Shore Benny bag. We're going to do, you know, just a little at a time. How much is that? Alright, just another little bit. We'll divide this into 3 sections here. I think somebody's over in the shop. I hear the door opening up and closing. Shop is on the other wall over to my right. Yeah, we could have got a little more in this pan, I think, but alright, we'll throw the bigs in here. Yep. Alright, let's pan bigs, see what we got. Pan out the bigs, see what we got. Be nice to get a picker, but hey, you know, you never know. You could get one. And you never know. But how, seems how he says it's a Benny bag. Maybe. I'll maybe pull that back. Let's see what we can see. Again, I see there may be one little piece of gold in there. Oh no, I don't see it now. We'll call it good. I'm calling that one good. Alright, let's see what we got in here, should we? Let's see what we got in here. You see some blackish looking stuff in there. I'm kind of wondering where my drill is. I got a cordless drill, 2 batteries. Usually in my shop it's not there. I don't see it here because I am working on a bandsaw. And I don't see it here, not in my shop. So I'm kind of wondering if my wife didn't steal it or something. Or if I took it down to my daughter's house and she's using it or something. It's very possible either way. And I'm starting to see black sand. No, not a whole lot. But I think as far as I'm going to take that one. And we'll just maybe see if we can get some of this to crawl up there. I see some. Boy, there's some really small stuff in there too. Really small stuff. guys, they see you over there. You're not crawling up there too fast. Alright, we gotta get some of this sand out of here. Alright. Now we'll do a little feast your eyes here. Another little feast your eyes. We do have to wash out that final little bit of sand. Final little bit of sand. There it is right there. You guys might do it a little different, but that's what we got for the final little bit of sand, or in that pan anyway. So, time for snuffering. Whoa, just about falling on my ass there. Time for snuffering. A little water in there, get a little water in there, get that stuff all together. There's a piece over there. I'm getting better at it. Alright, that's it for that. Should we do another one? Let's do another one. What the hell? I'm getting all my bag of Paydirt wet here. Let's see. We need a little bit more water. I don't want to use that dirty shit. We'll get some clean stuff and put a little jet dry in there. Classifier out that final piece. I'm going to have to wash that bag out too. I'm going to have to wash that bag out too. Bag number 9. Don't know. I think we're just throw it all in there. Let's see what we got here. There we go. I think we'll just do this with the dirty water. Put a little bit in there, swish it around. Alright. Get the chair over here so I know what I'm doing. I gotta have a sit down. So, ooh, there's some really fine stuff in here. A lot of it. Not too much big stuff in here. This is a lot more finer stuff on the bottom. Then we'll just get the little pan over here and dump the stuff in there again. There we go. I ain't quite cleaned out, but clean her out in the tailings pan. Okay. Let's see what we got in here, should we? It'd be nice to see a picker in there, but you never know. let's take a look at that and see what we got. And as I suspected, nothing in the bigs. Everything's going to be in the little pan, or the medium pan, I should say. Look at that dirty water. Man, that's some nasty shit. We'll see here. We're getting down to some nice light blonde stuff. See too much black in here? Not yet. Oh, there's some. I see it. No, it's starting to come. I think we'll pull that back. Get the blondes out of here so I can see something. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna have to get my other squirter out. I don't have a big squirt bob. All I got's the little ones. I see a piece of gold in there, but we get her to crawl up there. We gotta get some more sand out of here first. We still got a lot of light sand in there. Yeah, still a lot of light stuff. It's one thing I like about these squirters is you can be real precise where you're putting that water and cleaning out your pan. I really do like that a lot. So let's throw some more water in there. Oh yeah, now she's starting to come. I see one of them wants to try floating on me. One of them wants to try floating on me. Nice lake in that one. there's a nice flake. See if we can get that to crawl back up there. Oh, that one is not. The rest of that is not. Okay, let's see if I can get it all in one place for you. There ain't too much in this one. There really isn't a whole lot in there. Put a little more water in there. See if we can pull it back just a little bit further. Get any more sand out of there. Looks like that's going to be about it. Let's see if you can see this. There ain't a whole lot of gold in this one. I thought there'd be more in the bottom of the pan, but it looks to me like it was in the top, or bag, I mean. Looks like it was in the top of the bag. Not a whole lot there. I mean, there's some. Well, we'll get that snuffered up. And you know, the tailing's got to be gone through again. Getting better at snuffering, I can tell you that. Yeah, we'll pour off some of this dirty stuff. Actually, they're going to put some clean water in there. Let's see if we can't clean it up some more. Put some clean water in there and see if we can't clean up them tailings a little better. Well, we could do a snuffer dump. There's some in there, by golly. There's a little pan at underneath there someplace. Yep, right there. We'll do a snuffer dump. I should fill these both back up though before we get to going with the snuffer dump. Why? Because I use these a lot, quite a little. I need a bigger one. I am going to have to order some online, I guess, maybe a bigger one. Either that or I could probably use a syrup bottle or something like that. These are just a little bit more precise. I like these. I like these a lot. So let's do a snuffer dump. And let's see what we get out of this, should we? This don't look too bad. This don't look too bad at all. Yeah, migrate, you little buggers. Get up there. There's still a little black sand in there. It's coming out. I got a lot of floaters in there though. Now they could be gold, but we'll have to be real careful here and look. And yes, some of those are gold. So we're going to have to tap, 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 tap and see what we can get out of them. And that's where this little fork comes in handy. I can move little bitty pieces of gold around. Some of this is really floating. I gotta look at that one floater. Man, that one really wants to float, and I can feel that one. Alright, so what we're gonna do, and I can't do that yet. I see one down there. Yeah, I see 1, 2, 3. No. We're gonna have to move everything back up to the top. We might be able to get that out of there. Still in my tailing though. Alright. Let's see if we can make you guys smile. How's that for a smile? Pretty good? I didn't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too bad. Well, let me get this out of here and we'll get it dried up and then we'll weigh up and see what we got. Be back.